Today, I want to talk about the interesting sociological phenomenon of haters, why people hate, how hating becomes a social contagion, and what we can do about it. First, let's define what a hater is. A hater is someone who consistently dislikes someone or something that is very vocal about the criticism or contempt. Haters seem to take pleasure in putting others down. So let's dig deeper into the mind of a hater and show some examples of the top 7 haters of pDAI and what we can learn from it. Welcome to your one-stop shop for all things related to crypto. So without further ado, let's begin the video. But before we get started, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to never miss any interesting videos from us. Having said that, let's get into the video. From a sociological perspective, there are a few key reasons why haters emerge. Number 1, anonymity. The anonymity of the internet allows people to express hate without any social repercussions. This creates an effect where people say things online they wouldn't dare say in person. Number 2, in-group, out-group. Haters often bond together over shared hatred of an out-group target. By hating the same person or thing, they form an in-group identity. Number 3, status. Putting other people down can perversely raise the hater's own self-esteem and social status within their in-group. Haters crave attention and dominance. Number 4, diffusion of responsibility. When multiple haters gang up on a target, responsibility for the hate becomes diffused, and no single hater feels individually accountable. Number 5, social contagion. Hating can spread like a virus. Once a target is identified, more and more people pile on the hate, creating a bandwagon effect. Now that we have a base on what hate is and what it actually is from a sociological perspective, let's give some pure examples of haters in the crypto space, preferably pDAI. Let's start with Just Ask Jesse. Now, Just Ask Jesse is more of a personal hate towards your boy, B Roots. In a chat, a very small selected chat, quote unquote, B Roots is disgusting, B Roots is a scammer, B Roots has no morals, and we know what type of person B Roots is. He shills projects like pDAI to his followers when damn no, it would never peg. See, this hate is based on number 3, status. Because a specific hatred scenario has hate amongst a group of people, he was trying to get his status higher. He was trying to get people to convince others why I supposedly am what I am, which I am not. But then, as soon as pDAI went down in price, he came out of the woodworks publicly to make this tweet. And this is why he has made the list of pDAI haters. He was a backdoor hater in private, and then as soon as the price came out, he became a public hater of pDAI. Nothing big, nothing serious, but it is for what it is. You will learn that some people are closet people. They have feelings, they might not be public about it, but the first chance that they get to where they can be right, they will come out of the woodworks. Be aware of this in crypto. It happens all the time. It allowed dumping to happen. It is not good. But as long as you are aware of it, you can see it, you can trace it, you understand what it is, you move on with your investments. We're going to let the price do the talking in this type of scenario. Very small, petty hate. Proof of no work. Now this is clearly number 5, social contagion. Now remember, once a target is identified, more and more people pile on with hate and this type of hate. It creates that bandwagon effect. And it's exactly what Proof of No Work was doing. He was in the chats, acting like he was all about pDAI. And as soon as people started hating on it, he decided to switch roles. and this is why this was very unsuccessful. Now, funny enough, the research team gave him a chance in a live Spaces call to prove his points. And boy, did he not prove his points. It actually made the price pump even more. So this hate, he was just basically going along with the bandwagon, and I personally think he was trying to put a name out for himself. Some people can capitalize on that, but in this situation, they did not. Proof of no work. Once again, small, petty hate didn't affect the price, but it was there. Now you know what to expect next time someone petty hates on your next project. Identity block. Same situation. He came out of nowhere. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? There are people that know of him, but at the same time, no one has seen him for months, years. And he goes in 2 and number 5. In group, out-group hate, and social contagion hate. I just explained just now what contagion hate was, and now I will talk about the in-group, out-of-group. Haters often bond together over shared hatred of an out-group target. By hating the same person or thing, they have formed an in-group identity. He came out of nowhere because he's all about Hex and only Hex. So amongst the Hex that are hated, it's like, get pDAI out of here. They are ruining our project, when in reality, it's only helping the project. But they don't see that because the hate clouds their judgment. Social contagion. Once again, the bandwagon effect. Where did he come from? He came out of nowhere. Matter of fact, when pDAI started pumping, he literally talked about how he had a video of him telling people to get into pDAI. He made tweets and said, I was the first to talk about people getting into pDAI. Now, it's all of a sudden a sin to be in pDAI. Maybe he's sold. For whatever reason, the hate is there. Now, this I wouldn't consider it as petty hate because he's more of a known person within the Hex community, but at the same time, sorry, but no sorry, most of the Hex community doesn't like the guy. There's something about him, we don't know, but out of nowhere, he came and hated on the pDAI community. But guess what? The price still pumped. It had no effect on it. It was a little bigger than petty hate, but he had zero effect on pDAI. Karim. He is by far the biggest Richard Hart maximalist you may ever know. And that is okay, but here's the issue. Once again, social contagion. He joined the bandwagon. Maybe because B-Roots called him out a little bit on a joke, but he joined the bandwagon of hate right after that call out. Just a little joke, but they could not take it. They could not handle the joke. So then they related to hate, talking down on pDAI, complaining this and this and that, and did zero research. That is the one thing about crypto Twitter is, listen, you can type whatever you want. You don't have to know anything. You just have to pretend to be smart. And in this situation, without doing any research, without knowing anything about the project, he decided to hate on pDAI. Now, he has been very, very, very outspoken on pDAI, but that is okay. That is completely fine to be outspoken, to disagree with it, but the hate just keeps on coming day in and day out since he rose from the grave. B-Roots is probably the one who is at fault for raising him from the grave. He probably would be still sleeping and no one would still have any idea who he is that's came into the ecosystem within the last 2 years. But is that okay? He gets his mind changed based on price performance. All haters change their mind based on price performance. If they do not, there is something wrong there because everything has been proven wrong. Somni and Poseidon FUD / hate. Once again, this is more on number 2 and number 5, in-group, out-group, and also social contagion. So the fact that they kind of combined together in a FUD scenario is more on Poseidon than Somni. Now Somni, we can see that he is becoming more and more for pDAI. He won't speak about it, but we can see that he understands that this is good for price for pDAI, it's good for price on PulseX, it's good for price for Pulsechain, the whole ecosystem. He won't say the name, he won't talk about it, but you can tell he's making tweets. Out of all the haters, Somni is by far the best one that is switching his roles on what he thinks about pDAI as information has come out and as price performance went up. More power to you, Somni. But in that situation, we do have to talk about it so we can learn about it. Poseidon made a tweet, which is actually more, I think, on a motive basis tweet based off of what he stands for. Made a long tweet, complete wrong information. And what happened, Somni decided to retweet that out, tell everybody to sell and to get out based on the information that he thought Poseidon had. This is pure example of crypto FUD 101. These are the types of dips B-Roots loves to buy, and he 100% bought this dip. Why? Because there was nothing wrong that changed. It was false information. I knew my product. I did my own research and found out that everything that was said was completely false. This happens a lot in crypto, whether people like to buy prices lower, they would do it on purpose to buy prices lower, or they'll just do it because they don't like the project. Whatever reason is, there's usually fear. And in this situation, I think Poseidon was in fear. Somni is more of a news guy, wants to get out and try to help people, and he just tried to spread the news. The only issue was it was the incorrect news. It was false news, fake news. He wasn't making crypto great again, Donald Trump style. It was not good news. Not his fault, but again, it is his fault. You can't trust everything that you hear on the internet. You must do your own research, and that allowed B-Roots to buy an even bigger dip and ride that bad boy even higher from that FUD buster news. And the crazy thing is, when you look at that candle now, it's this small, very small. You couldn't even tell it's there anymore. And that is the craziest FUD, because that was the first FUD. So that hurt the most. That FUD right there, because pDAI was so new, because pDAI narrative was so quick, it had the biggest effect. But what happened was the research team came out, it just debunked all the news, the fake news that came out, and boom, pDAI went on a rampant run after that. But what you can see is there is nothing that is FUDding pDAI. The haters try to hate. We learn from the hate. We learn why they hate, but it does not change the code. And that's the great thing about crypto. That's the great thing about pDAI. It doesn't matter what people say. The code is going to do what the code does. So in summary, haters are drawn to anonymity, in-group belongings, status, and diffusion of responsibility they gain from hating on others, and the behavior spreads rapidly online. And in this situation, it's not just other people, it's in cryptocurrency. So what do you think about haters in crypto? Are there any haters that you would like to add to the list? It is clear that every successful crypto goes through series of haters. Bitcoin had haters, SHIB had haters, Hex had haters, Pulsechain has haters, and pDAI obviously has haters. Haters are annoying, but they are actually needed to go up because the haters then get exposed through time. What do you think about that? Write your thoughts in the comment section and share this video with all your crypto enthusiast friends. Lastly, do not forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more amazing videos like this one. Understand the haters, see the haters, ignore the haters. Let the price action speak for itself, and the haters will shut